I am losing motivation for this sport. I've lost motivation for this sport countless times, and you may know what I'm talking about when I say this. You are so passionate one day, and then almost instantaneously, a wave of crashing negativity and hopelessness and confusion just smacks you across the face, and suddenly you just don't know what to do with yourself. You don't want to train the sport. You don't want to pursue any of the things that you set your eyes or your focus towards. And I don't know, everything just suddenly becomes blurry and you lose sight of everything. This is exactly what's happening now, and I understand that it can be hard to tackle these type of battles that you have with yourself and your own mind because funnily enough, and I do believe that I have to say this, these battles are only in your head. They do not affect anyone else, anything else. It's all within. And there's nobody who can help you when it comes to tackling this besides yourself. And that's why I've always said in the past that if you are not on your own side, then I mean, nobody else is on your side. If you are not on your own side, then there's no hope. If your mind decides to just lash out and just go against you and your goals, your passions, then you're cooked. There's nothing to do, you know? And I'm making this video so I can explain what the best course of action is when you're experiencing something like this, because I do understand that for people who haven't experienced this before, they might be a little bit overwhelmed and they're like, what the heck, you know? And I guess I'm also making this video to help myself. I've come to understand that when I'm making or recording these videos, it helps me a lot because I'm speaking out loud and it's almost like I'm reaffirming certain things. So it's like while I'm telling you guys whatever I'm saying, I'm also telling myself. And I believe that's just my coping mechanism or just my way of dealing with certain things. So yeah, enough rambling and let's get into actual rambling. The cause of this loss of motivation is, well, I would want to say unknown, but that isn't fun. What's the point of just saying, oh, I don't know, and then just moving on? That's too lazy. I want to understand what is the core reason for my loss of motivation for calisthenics suddenly. Because around a few weeks ago, or even 1 month ago, I was super motivated. I was thinking of nothing else. I was waking up in the morning. I was thinking about calisthenics when I woke up. I was making perfectly healthy food. I was actually spending my time cooking, even though I hate cooking. I was willing to do things I don't like in order to pursue things that I like because I know that doing those hard things will benefit what I'm passionate about. So I was willing to go through the hardships for my own sake, for the sake of my goals, you know? I was waking up early. I was studying calisthenics. I was obsessing over it. Whoever I spoke to, all they were hearing was calisthenics, you know? It might seem a little bit degenerate and a little bit cringe, like, oh my god, this guy has no life, no personality, like his entire personality is just calisthenics. But what you guys should understand is if you don't have this depth and this type of obnoxious passion, then you won't ever become one of the greatest, or, well, let's just say the greatest. You can't. You have to have this delusion. You have to have a level of delusion that is just it. Like people frown at you, you know, when they hear what you're like, what your mind or your brain process is like. Like if you're constantly thinking about calisthenics. You're constantly thinking about how to get better. You're analyzing people's form. You're doing all this stuff. And you do this to the point where people are like, is he okay? Is he is he mentally stable? That's the level of devotion and delusion you need to go down. And you can't really convince me otherwise. You can't just, I don't know, chill and expect to be the best. It's just impossible. If you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna do my training session, get it over with so I can do other things in my day, you ain't cut out for it. I'm very sorry to say this, but you're not cut out for this if that's how you operate. If calisthenics and your training session isn't the most fun part of your day, something is not right. If you have more exciting things to look forward to, something's not right. Calisthenics has to be the only thing you're looking forward to in your day. That was the case for me when I was in England. When I was working my 9 to 5 job with my father in the family business, is like a physical job on a timber yard. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest here. I didn't really enjoy the physical labor. I enjoyed hanging out with my dad, yeah, that was cool. But besides that, especially in the bad weather, it was just depressing most of the time. And I couldn't wait until I got home. And it's not even the fact that I couldn't wait to get home. I couldn't wait to go and train. Because not only was I completely shattered and tired when I did get home, I packed my bags, and even while I was tired, completely mentally, physically tired, I went to the gym and I reawakened. I felt all of the motivation rush back into my body. I was like, this is why I woke up today. This is why I woke up today, for this moment, so that I can train. That was the most exciting part of my day. I never went to a party. I never went to hang out with friends, because I only had one best friend, which was my great friend Harry. And yeah, dude, nothing. My entire life was just calisthenics. It got so obnoxious that my dad, the only thing he heard from me was calisthenics every single day. Can you imagine how sick he got of hearing that from me? I could speak about nothing but calisthenics. I kind of feel bad looking back now. It must have been really hard to endure my behavior, but this is what made me the person I am today. I'm not saying I'm some type of legend or anything, but I mean, I am making rapid progress. I am living proof that if you set your mind to something, you can achieve it, and you will achieve it fast. It's not like, yeah, I'm gonna train planche, front lever, Hefesto, the one arm handstand. You will never achieve any of those things if you set your mind to about 6 different things. You need to lock onto 1 or 2 things max, and they shouldn't be fatiguing each other. They shouldn't bottleneck each other. You should be able to train both of them, like, easily, without any fatigue. And just lock in. Actually do it. Actually dedicate your life to calisthenics. If you can't, if you have school, if you have your education, if you have your job, and you need to prioritize your job and making money over calisthenics, then understand that it's okay, but you're just not going to be the best. There are certain measures you need to take and certain lifestyle changes you need to adopt to be able to become the best. And then, oh my God, you got to realize that the genetics is a big factor too. There are people who are naturally chunky. They've got huge goddamn tree trunk, calves, legs, quads, whatever. And they've got like a mediocre upper body, like by default. And yeah, sure, they can train to look like a bodybuilder, look good, look shredded, whatever. But at the end of the day, genetics is just something that helps. Look at those very, very skinny people who, like, no matter how much they eat, they will stay skinny. And then look at the people who need to control every single aspect of their diet so that they can maybe keep up with the skinny guys. The skinny guys don't have to think about their diet at all. I don't have to think about my diet at all, but I do, because I know that if I regardless, like, I don't need to think about my diet, right? But if I do it regardless, it's only gonna boost my progress, it's gonna boost my mental health, it's gonna boost my physical health, it's just gonna boost everything. So if I'm in control of this, then why not just opt in for the better alternative, you know? So yeah, going back to this, genetics do matter. Of course it matters, but it shouldn't be a limiting factor to you. Regardless of who you are, you can still achieve things. I've seen ridiculous builds who unlock front lever, planche, Maltese, the most unexpected body types. They get it. So this is not a discouragement. You know, I'm not discouraging you. I'm not saying, oh no, well, you have a big ass physique, you're like 120 kg, so you cannot do it. Of course you can. Of course you can. It just takes longer, and you actually need to have more discipline and hard work put into it. You need to think a little bit more about your training. There are people who don't need to think a lot about their training. They kind of just go into the gym, breathe the air and do whatever, and then they'll just get stronger like that. And some people need a training plan. Some people need a workout routine, something to follow. Others are a little bit more intuitive. They just feel it out. Everyone's different, and honestly, it's okay. And at this point, I'm rambling again. I don't even know what I was trying to get at here, but yeah. I guess leading back towards the demotivation thing. Wow, yeah, now that I think about it, we've actually gone off track quite heavily. Wow. Anyway, yeah, I am gonna get my motivation back. I know I will. It's always phases. There are always phases in human life. You'll find new interests. You'll maybe get into cosplay. You'll get into chess. You'll get into physics. You'll always have different things pop up in your life, and you're going to be interested in those things. And that might take away from calisthenics. That might take away from whatever passion you currently have. And that's okay, because if you truly are passionate about something, you will come back regardless. It's just a matter of time. And I believe that you should just accept it. Don't fight it. If you're not currently passionate about calisthenics and it's something else on your mind, do that thing. Calisthenics is beautiful because of muscle memory. You can get back anything you lose, and you'll get it back fast, because once you've unlocked it and did the hard work, it's gonna come back a lot easier. So don't be afraid to just let go temporarily. And that's also an advice I would tell myself. It's almost like a fear of missing out. I see all of these people on Instagram who are making progress, and I'm like, no, I cannot stop. I cannot stop now. Look how far I've come. I do not want to allow this person to get ahead of me. No. But it's a bit unhealthy. And while it is good motivation to keep you, or keep yourself going, it might not be the best for your mental health. And at the end of the day, if your mental health sucks, then it will affect your physical health. And if your physical health is affected, that will affect your performance. And not to mention, stress spikes cortisol, I believe. And then that's gonna drastically screw up your performance as well. It's just, these are the type of things you have to look out for. 100% look out for them, because it's not worth damaging your mental health just to keep doing something you don't currently want to do. Just don't do it, you know? Even now, I've embraced my distractions just a little bit. So I'm currently interested in this entire motorbike topic. I've been binge watching motorbike videos. I really want a motorbike next year and stuff like that. And yeah, that's taken my attention. I admit to it. And unfortunately, I just can't do anything about it. I just have to live through this phase temporarily until I'm done with it. And then I'm gonna go back to calisthenics afterwards. At one point it was Osu. At one point it was Elden Ring. It's always changing. Last year I wanted to be a cowboy. I had my cowboy phase. You know, you're gonna have so many phases, and you just have got to realize that it's okay. It's okay to have phases. You cannot be in your you cannot be at the top of your game all the time. Some people can, and that is a rarity. If you're that type of person who's relentless and no matter what, you have no distractions ever, you can just continuously plow through your trainings and you're always motivated, you're blessed. You're definitely blessed, but not everyone is the same. Some people have these cycles. After a few years, you just get a mental burnout and you're forced to change something. You are forced to change something. And it might just be life stuff. Maybe a huge life change, life event has stopped you from being able to train as seriously as you used to. It happens. And you need to understand that being able to change your priorities is a skill, you know? And sometimes not just a skill, but it's a necessity. Sometimes you have to change your priorities. That's just how it goes. And yeah, I don't really know what else I wanted to say in this video. I did want to mention one thing. I finally posted my first announcement of me starting coaching. I'm super nervous because I've always had this fear of the backlash I would get for announcing that I'm coaching, because I never felt like I was worthy of coaching people. So I don't know. I mean, I'll see how it goes. I guess I'll just ignore the hate if I get any. And yeah, I hope this video found you at a good time. I hope it helped some of you out. And just remember that sometimes you need a break. And I had my break. I had my break in 2024 when I was injured. I fully stopped the sport and I just embraced different things. I just found different things which interested me. At one point I fell back into my gaming addiction. It wasn't great, but I learned from it. And I think it was an important phase of my life, getting injured. It definitely taught me a lot of things. So remember, you are the only person who is on your side. And I guess maybe your unconditionally loving grandmother or family. But besides that, nobody is truly on your side. And everyone secretly wishes on your downfall. It's not a pessimistic way of looking at things. It is simply the truth, and not many people will say this. But nobody truly wants to see you win. It's just what it is. Everyone just cares about themselves. So, yeah. See you guys.